Hey friends, it's akidearest. So I apologize in advance that this video is probably going to have some slight hater energy, but I have to show you guys this. I need to talk about it. Somebody sent it to me today and I just can't help myself. So I like Pokemon, if you can't tell from that giant Pikachu collection behind me, or maybe this, or this, or this. Sheesh. I love collecting Pokemon. All scalping aside, Pokemon is a franchise that is readily available to anyone of any country, any class, any society. It's not really something exclusive to the 1%. Well, I'd like to show you a admittedly pretty impressive collection called the Jolina Jazelle collection, which is regarded as one of the most exclusive and comprehensive private Pokemon collections worldwide. That is a pretty impressive collection. Comprising more than 60,000 cards, it not only documents the history of global cultural phenomenon, but also sets a new benchmark within the international collecting community. Pokemon fans don't talk like this. Like, is that just me? I feel like I'm speaking in cursive just reading that. It's just so elegant. It's really packaging this collection as such like an exclusive thing for the 1%, which technically I guess you could say it is. And I need to show you guys the homepage of this website. You tell me what you think of it. So I'm looking at it right now. I see a young girl with another man next to her holding a Pokemon card over his eye. They're surrounded by a couple of, I'm going to assume, highly graded cards around them. I don't know if I like them scattered all over the floor like that, but okay. And I feel like I'm being sold Pokemon from Rolex. And it feels weird. Pokemon is not really what I would call a luxury brand, and it is being packaged as such. The way that they're speaking is like how rich people talk. Whoever it is that's going to buy this collection is definitely like not one of us. It ain't gonna be me. Like, you know? So I get it, right? But I just can't imagine that the less than 1% that would probably buy this is like a genuine Pokemon fan. I don't know, maybe I've just been surrounded by like the casual like millennials that are like low to middle class maybe that got a couple of cards, but I don't see like, I just don't see a billionaire getting this because they're a genuine Pokemon fan. I see a billionaire getting this for showing off, which kind of takes away the soul of Pokemon. And that's the exact thing that I feel like is happening when I see this website. I feel like it looks exactly like Prada and Gucci's website. Like, let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna type in Gucci. See, it's giving off the same vibe. This is not the demographic I imagine Pokemon to belong to. I'm not trying to gatekeep, okay? Like, I mean, Pokemon sold their IP to like Fenty. That was kind of cool. This is just not what Pokemon fans are. The Jolina Jazelle collection, where a childhood dream became a legacy. Here's a first glimpse of this collection. Right off the bat, this is the first time I've seen a Pokemon collection being given a brand name. I don't know about other collectors, but I think Pokemon fans are pretty uncreative when it comes to the names. We usually just say, oh, I have the first edition set complete. I have the Japanese version of the Scarlet and Violet. Like, we have to make it straightforward so it's easier to find. So this is the first time I've seen something called the Jolina Jazelle collection. Like, I feel like I'm being sold some Prada perfume, you know? I'm a Pokemon fan, but I'm definitely not the demographic that this is being sold to. And then I scroll down and then it shows the history of this girl, Jolina Jazelle, who owns it. I actually thought that this was an AI image when I first saw it. You guys can read it, but the thing that sticks out to me here is it says, one evening, almost casually, she asked a question. Dad, is it possible to collect all the Pokemon cards? I think it would be really cool if we had them all. Oh, must have been nice in the 90s if you just ask your parents, Daddy, can I have all of the Pokemon cards? Wouldn't it just be nice? It's very, what's that girl, the spoiled one from Willy Wonka? What was it? Veruca Salt? Was that her name? The really spoiled one who's like, Daddy, I want another pony. Like that's what this girl is giving me. Sorry, again, I told you that this video is going to have some mad hater energy. The reason is because I'ma just be straight up. I could be wrong on this, but she's not giving off somebody that genuinely liked Pokemon. I'm sure maybe she did. Maybe she did. But the way that this is being all packaged just doesn't feel genuine. And I don't know why. I'm being very naive and maybe very judgmental here, but that's how I feel about this. A long-guarded family secret is now revealed for the first time. It's like a recipe for like Lindor chocolate. As a child, Jolina was quiet and observant, with refined attention to detail. Pokemon cards were more than a game to her. She arranged them with care, studied them repeatedly, preserved her favorites with particular attention, and shared them thoughtfully with her school friends. No kid did that in the 90s. Come on, man. Come on. We know that most of us who were collecting cards who were kids during the 90s, we were so bad with those cards. We would stack them and take like a rubber band and just like wrap it around, and it would bend, it would break, it would tear, but it had like a charm to it, and I wish I could have kept my deck for those memories. You know what's crazy? I actually have a video of me with some cards that are bent, and I'm like 6 years old in this video. Let me show you.
Stay on your side and I'll stay on my side, but I can barely
Again, I could be wrong. Maybe she did take super good care of them. It does look impressive. Any Pokemon fan could tell you, like, that looks really good. So unless you're a serious buyer, you won't be able to see any of this, including what I guess here is the first ever graded Pikachu illustrator, which has its own portion of the website. It looks way better here than it did around Logan Paul's neck, but still, for me, like, I'm just not a big fan of the way that it was all blinged down, and it seemed like it was just taking away from the cool factor of the fact that, oh, this is the Pikachu illustrator card. I would have rather just seen that by itself. We don't need it blinged out and put in WW or whatever it was. And she also explains why the collection is not publicly available for viewing. She says that it's because it's for security and insurance reasons. Fair enough. Scalpers be crazy now. I think there was recently like a shooting just for Pokemon cards.
New tonight, a man is shot in a Kroger parking lot after an argument over Pokemon cards. Officers say the person shot was taken to the hospital in serious but stable condition. Police also say this was a targeted shooting all over those popular trading cards.
Like, look, I love Pokemon, but I'm also kind of sad at just this sort of like subculture that has sort of been birthed from it, where it's almost exploiting Pokemon, looked as more as a commodity than it is as something like genuinely fun. But I guess if you have the money and you really want it, does it really matter who owned it? For me, yeah. Sorry to be that person. I am one of those people. Like, I want to be able to trust the person I'm getting something from. I want to believe that the thing I got something from was sort of like passed down. Like, all of my collections, they're not really displayed really well, but they all have a story behind them, which is more valuable to me, okay? So for example, I have this collection, Cardass, and I've made a video on it, and I actually put the description here that was like written, and I just like taped it in this very cheap binder, by the way. This is a complete set of the first illustrations that were printed of Pokemon and then given in Japan. These aren't really like cards, they're actually stickers, and then later became the famous TCG cards. But the reason I have these is because I found these in an abandoned house that was previously owned by a family from the 90s that left it all untouched, and I just happened to have a friend that was working for a guy that was cleaning it out, and they texted me and told me to come over there, and when I found this, I got my hands on it, and I'm just so blessed for that. And you know, like, it's a complete set, and I also, it's like it came from somebody from that time, which, by the way, we did get permission to keep all of that stuff. The people that used to own this stuff was just like, just take it all. It was kind of sad that they wanted to get rid of all of it, but hey, now it's in good hands. And I just kind of like that whole, you know, hand me down from like one fan to another. It sort of feels like passing the torch a little bit. This one just feels like a commodity and a commercial and just like packaged, and I don't know, the magic's kind of gone from it for me. Maybe I'm just being a hater. Maybe I'm just being overly judgy, because at the end of the day, maybe to some people, does it really matter if you have the money, if you really like the cards and you want every single one? Go for it. If you want to drop, let me just guess, maybe 3 mil at least, 5, 6. I know it seems like I'm damage controlling here, but it is legitimately an impressive collection. I'll give her that. But it don't feel right, and I don't know why it don't feel right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.